Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Thank you so much for joining me again in one of these videos of the journey that we are taking to get to know the Qatari tradition and heritage throughout the pages of Qatari literature. Today we are talking about a book. As you can see, it's written in Arabic, but I will do my best to translate. The book name is Guide of Cultural Institutions in Qatar. The author of this book is Mr. Muhammad Hassan Al-Kuwari, and the printing and edition is in collaboration with the Ministry of Culture and Sports. What we can find in this book is a brief of cultural centers here in Qatar, such as museums or cultural centers, as I said, that you even can visit when you come here to Doha. First, we will start speaking about the Qatar National Museum. One of the first buildings you will probably see when you arrive here to Doha, when you visit us, it will be the Qatar National Museum. The latest construction or the latest version of the Qatar National Museum was opened in March 2019. But as a fact, Qatar National Museum exists since 1975. What we can find in Qatar National Museum is the history from Qatar, even from prehistoric times. So right now is not only one of the cultural centers, which is mostly visited by tourists here in Qatar, but it's also a touristic center, and you can find both buildings in the same place. The one that I told you it was opened in 1975, you can also find that original building inside the museum now. Second, we will talk about the Museum of Islamic Art. The Museum of Islamic Art is situated in the Corniche. But what is the Corniche? If you have never come to Doha, you don't know what is the Corniche. The Corniche is a 7-kilometer-long seaside walk in Doha Bay, in the capital city, which is Doha here in Qatar. Some annual celebrations, such as Qatar National Day or Qatar National Sports Days, they are celebrated here in the Corniche. So, for example, people that live here in Doha, they go every day to run. For example, you can do a lot of activities, and this Corniche is also surrounded by parks and sport areas where you can go cycling or running, or children can go there and play, and it has a beautiful view. So whenever you come here to Doha, you will find the Corniche, and inshallah you will be able to walk and feel the wonders of the Corniche itself. So going back to the Museum of Islamic Art, it is built in the Corniche. So you find it along the way in the Corniche. This museum, it is built on an artificial island, built specifically for the museum to be in the middle of the sea. So that's one of the greatest, not only the interior of the museum and the things you can see inside, they are nice, but also one of the richness of this museum is the place where it's located and the surroundings. Also, the museum, in the facilities of the museum, you can find, for example, restaurants, shops, or even a park that is part of the Museum of Islamic Art. So the Museum of Islamic Art represents a full scope of Islamic art across 3 continents and for over 1,400 years. In the Museum of Islamic Art, you will find pieces, ancient Islamic pieces from Turkey, Iran, Spain, Egypt, and even India. The next cultural institution we will talk about is the Qatar Cultural Islamic Center. So as I said, whenever you come to visit us, very close to the Corniche, you will find what is called the Souk Waqif, which is a very ancient market that was recently renovated, and where you will find a lot of souvenirs or cultural traditional artifacts here from Qatar. Very close to the Souk Waqif, you can find this Cultural Islamic Center, but now the name is Abdallah bin Zayed Al Mahmoud Islamic Cultural Center. This cultural center, or the main target of this cultural center, is non-Arabic speakers that want to get to know more about the Islamic culture and art. This cultural center is very well known because of the architecture and the shape of the building. In Arabic, they say called manana, the shape of the building, which this cultural center is. And one of the main programs that we can find in this cultural center is the Arabic language teaching, the Arabic language classes. So there are two more centers that we will talk about and that we can find information here in the book. One of it is Qatar Voluntary Center. The Qatar Voluntary Center is a center made by the Ministry of Culture and Sports, and what it does is try to promote activities made by the Qatari society, and what they are doing is kind of mediating between the organizers of an event or a program and volunteers so that this event can be made and can be done. Last but not least, we will talk about the Al Jasra Cultural and Social Club. Established in 1960, it is now in the Souk Waqif. The Al Jasra Cultural and Social Club, what it does is that it organizes workshops and events to promote the culture and heritage here in Qatar. This social club, it is also sponsored by the Ministry of Culture and Sports. Thank you so much for joining me, and see you soon. Shukran jazilan.